Hey everyone. When it comes to marriage, there's a really fine line, isn't there? The line between genuine care and suffocating control. Today, we're going to dig into that. How a partnership can sometimes turn into, well, a prison. And more importantly, what it takes to build one that's actually based on trust.
So, let's start with the ideal, right? What we're all aiming for. Marriage, at its best, is supposed to be this sacred thing. It's a partnership that's built on deep, unwavering trust and a real understanding of each other. It's a promise to share a life, not to control one.
In a really healthy partnership, you willingly give each other influence. You bring your partner into your decisions, not because you have to, but because you genuinely love and respect their opinion. The whole goal is to make each other happy, and it's all built on the trust that nobody's going to abuse that power. But what happens when that promise shatters? Well, the source material we're looking at today points to one main culprit, this overwhelming urge one partner gets to control the other. And that is the turning point. That's when a partnership starts to feel more like a power struggle, and love kind of gets pushed aside by fear. And this contrast really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? A healthy relationship is all about trust, respect, freedom. It's like a plant that has room to grow. A controlling one, though, that's a cage. It's built from suspicion, demands, and restrictions. One nurtures you, the other just stifles you.
Okay, so what does this control actually look like in real life? What are the concrete red flags you need to watch out for? Well, the source we're looking at gives some pretty specific and honestly kind of unsettling examples.
We're talking about really intrusive behaviors here. Things like demanding constant GPS tracking or wanting video calls just to check in. Or maybe it's isolating a partner from their friends and family, or even controlling what they wear or how they handle their own money. All these actions might look different, but they all share the exact same goal: to strip away a person's autonomy and their independence. This brings us to a really crucial question. When does this kind of behavior actually cross a line? I mean, when you're using technology to monitor and restrict your partner's every single move, is that just being protective, or is it something a lot more sinister? The source we're looking at actually gives this a name: digital abuse. Think about that. It's a modern way to control someone by weaponizing the very tools meant to connect us: GPS, video calls, location sharing, and turning them into tools for surveillance. And let's be really clear, this isn't just some personality quirk. It's a deeply destructive act.
But what's at the root of this? What drives this destructive need for control? Well, the source points to one single insidious emotion that acts just like a termite, eating away at the very foundation of a relationship. And that emotion is suspicion.
This metaphor is just so powerful. Baseless suspicion doesn't protect a relationship. It hollows it out from the inside, just like a termite does to wood. It silently eats away at all the trust and love until the entire structure is just about to collapse.
And here's the tragic irony in all this. The controlling partner, who's often driven by this desperate fear of losing the relationship, is actually the one who ends up destroying it. Their attempts to hold on tighter and tighter only end up suffocating the very love they were trying to protect. For the person on the receiving end of this, any feeling of love or affection just gets replaced by this constant sense of suffocation. There's no room to breathe, no space to just be an individual. Every move is watched, every decision is questioned, until the relationship itself just feels like a cage.
This visual makes the dynamic crystal clear. Trust and control have an inverse relationship. When trust is high, the need for control is naturally low. But when trust just plummets, that urge to control skyrockets. A relationship simply cannot sustain high levels of both at the same time.
Ultimately, this path leads to an inevitable breakdown. Love fades away and gets replaced by constant irritation and arguments. And yeah, while some people might tolerate this just to avoid conflict, the source is clear. Any independent, self-respecting person will eventually walk away. A partnership built on control is a partnership with no future.
But this isn't a life sentence. It is totally possible to break this cycle and build a true partnership. The key is to shift the focus away from control and put it back on the core principles of trust and mutual respect. The path back is a pretty simple but profound 3-step process. First, you have to genuinely try to understand each other, your likes, dislikes, your perspectives. Second, you have to respect your differences. Your partner's unique personality is something to be valued, not molded. And finally, you have to give each other space. True connection isn't about confinement, it's about trusting your partner with their freedom.
And that leaves us with this final, really powerful question to reflect on. In any relationship, it's worth asking, are our actions building a partnership based on trust and freedom, or are we slowly, maybe even unintentionally, constructing a prison? The difference is everything.